Hi guys, welcome to SADA AGEY. It's a passion of everything. If you do not subscribe to my channel, please click the subscribe button and please click the bell icon also to get the notified first. And in above video we have discussed the decision making concepts in C. In this video we are going to discuss about the loops concept in C. Loops concepts also describes the plays the main role in C language. Now go into that loops concept. You may encounter situations when a block of code needs to be executed several number of times. In general, statements are executed sequentially. The first statement in a function is executed first, followed by the second, and soon. Programming languages provide various control structures that allow for more complicated execution paths. A loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times. Given below is the general form of a loop statement in most of the programming languages. This is the block diagram of loop. Loop type description. While loop repeats a statement or group of statements while a given condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the loop body. For loop, execute a sequence of statements multiple times and abbreviates the code that manages the loop variable. Do while loop. It is more like a while statement except that it tests the condition at the end of the loop body. Nested loops. You can use one or more loops inside any other while, for, or do while loop. Going to the while loop. A while loop in C programming repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. Syntax. The syntax of a while loop in C programming language is while condition curly braces statements. Here statements may be a single statement or a block of statements. This condition may be an expression, any expression, and true is any non-zero value. The loop iterates while the condition is true. When the condition becomes false, the program control passes to the line immediately following the loop. This is the block diagram of while loop in C language. This is the example program or sample program of while statement in C language. Now going to the for loop. A for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specified number of times. Syntax. The syntax of a for loop in C language is for int t, condition, increment, curly braces statements. The int step is executed first and only once. This step allows you to declare and initialize any loop control variables. You are not required to put a statement here as long as a semicolon appears. In this we have going to explain about the for loop statements. Next, the next condition is evaluated. If it is true, the body of the loop is executed. If it is false, the body of the loop does not execute and the flow of control jumps to the next statement just after the for loop. After the body of the for loop executes, the flow of control jumps back up to the increment statement. This statement allows you to update any loop control variables. This statement can be left blank as long as a semicolon appears after the condition. The condition is now evaluated again. If it is true, the loop executes and the process repeats itself. Body of loop, then increment step, and then again condition. After the condition becomes false, the for loop terminates. This is about the for loop statement in C. This is the block diagram of for loop condition in C language. For int, condition, increment, condition code. Now going to the do while loop. Unlike for and while loops, which test the loop condition at the top of the loop, and do while loop in C programming checks its condition at the bottom of the loop, and do while loop is similar to a while loop except the fact that is guaranteed to execute at least one time. Syntax. The syntax of a do while loop in C programming language is do statements while condition. Notice that the condition expression appears at the end of the loop, so the statements in the loop executes once before the condition is tested. If the condition is true, the flow of control jumps back up to do and the statements in the loop executes again. This process repeats until the given condition becomes false. This is about the do while loop. This is the block diagram of do while loop. code block condition. If condition is true, then go to the code block. If condition is false, then terminates. This is the example program of do while. Now loop control statements. Loop control statements change execution from its normal sequence. When execution leaves a scope, all automatic objects that were created in that scope are destroyed. C supports the following control statements. Control statement description. Break statement terminates the loop or switch statement and transfers execution to the statement immediately following the loop or switch. Continue statement causes the loop to switch the remainder of its body and immediately retests its condition prior to reiterating. Go to statement transfers control to the labeled statement. Now going to the break statement. The break statement in C programming has the following two usages. First usage, when a break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop is immediately terminated and the following control resumes at the next statement following the loop. It can be used to terminate a case in the switch statement. This is the second usage. If you are using nested loops, the break statement will stop the execution of the innermost loop and start executing the next line of the code after the block. Syntax. The syntax for a break statement in C is as follows. Break. This is the block diagram of break statement in C language. This is the sample program of evaluating the break statement in C language. The continue statement in C programming works somewhat like the better statement. Instead of forcing termination, it follows the next iteration of the loop to take place, skipping any code in between. For the for loop, continue statement causes the conditional test and increment portions of the loop to execute. For the while and do while loops, continue statement causes the program control to pass to the conditional test. Syntax. The syntax for the continue statement in C is as follows. Only just continue semicolon. So now go into this is the functional block of continue statement in C language. Conditional code, continue condition. If condition is true, then go into the conditional code. If condition is false, then it terminates. This is a sample program of continue statement in. Now going to the go to statement. Go to statement is also one of the looping concepts in C programming language. A go to statement in C programming provides an unconditional jump from the go to the labeled statement in the same function. Note, use of go to statement is highly discouraged in any programming language because it makes it difficult to trace the control flow of the program, making the program hard to understand and hard to modify. Any program that goes a go to can be rewritten to avoid them. Syntax. The syntax for a go to statement in C as follows. Go to label statement. Here label can be any plain text except C keyword and it can be set anywhere in the C program above or below to go to statement. This is the block diagram of go to statement. This is the sample program of go to statement. Now going to the infinite loop. A loop becomes an infinite loop if a condition never becomes false. The for loop is traditionally used for this purpose. Since one of the three expressions that from a for loop are required, you can make an endless loop by leaving the conditional expression empty. This is the basic general structure of infinite loop. When the conditional expression is absent, it is assumed to be true. You may have an initialization and increment statement or expression, but C programmers more commonly use the for construct to signify the infinite loop. Note, you can terminate an infinite loop by pressing